The room is pitch black. The only thing alive in this absolute darkness is that cold, flickering blue light reflecting in the very center of your eyes. It is 3 in the morning, and the world outside your window has been dead and silent for hours. The clock on the wall ticks with a heavy, rhythmic sound that feels like a heartbeat in a hollow room. But you don't really hear it anymore. The air in the bedroom feels stagnant and heavy, filled with the faint, metallic smell of old electronics and your own tired, shallow breath. But inside your hand, a restless world of bright colors and loud noises is just getting started. Your thumb moves on its own now, with a precision that feels almost robotic, almost frightening. Flick. Pause. Flick. Scroll. Your eyes feel like they are filled with dry, burning sand that never seems to wash away. Your neck is a heavy weight of cooling lead, pulling your head down further and further toward the glowing glass. There is a hollow ache in your chest, a quiet, nagging guilt that grows heavier with every meaningless video you watch. You know you have to be awake for work in just a few short hours. You can already feel the crushing weight of the exhaustion waiting for you in the morning. You promised yourself you would check just one more thing, just one more video to help you relax after a long day. But that was half the night ago, and you are still here, trapped in the glow. The ghost of your own self-minus loathing is whispering in your ear right now. It is asking you why you are still here, staring at nothing, while your real life waits in the shadows of the room. You finally toss the phone onto the bed, feeling disgusted, empty, and strangely wired. Your heart is beating fast, but your body feels like it is made of stone. As you close your eyes, the jagged, bright images from the screen are still burned into your retinas like ghost symbols. They flicker and dance behind your eyelids, refusing to let you find true, restorative peace. You make a silent, desperate vow to change your life when the sun finally comes up over the horizon. You tell yourself that tomorrow, you will be stronger, more focused, and more alive. Tomorrow you will finally have the discipline you lack today. But deep in your heart, you know that tomorrow night will look exactly the same as this one. The problem isn't that you are weak or lazy or that you lack character. The problem is that you are fighting an invisible war you were never meant to win with willpower alone. You are not fighting a screen or a clever application designed by engineers. You are fighting a reality that has slowly stopped touching your soul. Think about your average Tuesday morning. The alarm screams, and before your eyes are even open, your hand is searching for that screen in the dark like a blind person seeking a cane. It is the first ritual of your day, an automatic reaching for a digital lifeline that offers no real help or comfort. You rush through a shower, barely feeling the temperature of the water or the steam on your skin. Your mind is already somewhere else, distracted by a world of data that doesn't really exist. You swallow some bitter coffee while checking messages you don't really want to read or answer. You step into a world that feels like it was built in a cold, gray factory. The commute is a sea of gray cars and people staring silently at their laps on the train like statues in a museum of the lonely. The city around you is loud, but it is a hollow, empty noise that lacks a human heartbeat. The wind blows through the streets, carrying the smell of exhaust and the echoes of forgotten dreams. Your job is a series of boxes to check, emails to send, and meetings that should have been simple, honest notes. Everything in your day is predictable and sterile. Everything is automated and stripped of its raw humanity. Everything is flattened, colorless. The modern world has been smoothed over until there are no edges left for your soul to hold on to. Our lives have lost their density and their sense of mystery. Our days have lost their weight and their true, heavy meaning. Human connection has been replaced by bright icons and small, meaningless heart shapes that provide no warmth. We are living in a reality that has been stripped of its natural, rough texture. We are living in the age of the smooth, where everything is easy but nothing is felt. In this gray desert, your brain is starving for even a single drop of something real, something raw, something that matters. You don't scroll because the content is amazing or life-minus, changing or even interesting anymore. You scroll because the rest of your life has become unbearably bland and mechanical. Your mind isn't seeking entertainment or news or connection. It is seeking an escape from a reality that no longer feels alive under your feet. The screen is just a bandage on a wound of deep, quiet, and ancient boredom. We are hiding in the digital world because the physical world has become a ghost town of our own making. We have been lied to about how to fix this for a very long time. They tell you to download trackers and to lock your apps with secret passwords and timers. They tell you to leave your phone in another room or buy a specialized safe to hide it away from yourself. They tell you that if you just had more willpower, more focus, more grit, you would finally be free. But discipline is a trap. Discipline is just a form of self-minus punishment that only makes the internal hunger grow stronger and more desperate. It is like trying to hold your breath underwater while your lungs are burning for a single gasp of air. Eventually, your body will fight back against you. You have to breathe, and when you do, you will gasp for as much digital oxygen as you can find in the feed. You cannot win a war against an urge by simply saying no 1,000 times a day. You win by making the alternative so much better that the urge disappears on its own like a shadow in the sun. We don't need to build walls around our screens to keep us out. We need to build a world outside of them that is actually worth living in. We need a reality that has weight and smell and flavor. The hunger you feel at 3 in the morning isn't for short videos or celebrity gossip. It is a hunger for beauty that we have forgotten how to see in our own homes and our own streets. It is a hunger for surprise, for the unexpected, and for a true, deep sense of presence. The digital world is like fast food for the spirit. It gives you a quick, cheap hit of energy, but it leaves you empty, cold, and sick 10 minutes later. We are trapped in this cycle because we have forgotten how to feed ourselves with the real thing. It is time to stop punishing yourself for being hungry. It is time to start changing what you are eating. The way out is not a giant leap or a grand, sudden transformation that happens in a day. It is a series of small, quiet rebellions against the constant, buzzing noise of the world. It starts with reclaiming the beauty in the simple things you are already doing. Imagine sitting down for breakfast and actually seeing the steam rising from your plate for the first time in years. Watch the way the light catches the vapor as it swirls into the air, changing shape every second, unique and unrepeatable. Notice the different colors in a single piece of fruit, the deep reds, the fading yellows, the rough oranges. Imagine feeling the weight of the ceramic mug in your hand and the heat spreading slowly through your fingers. Don't check the news, just feel the warmth of the clay that came from the earth. These are not just chores or boring routines to get through. These are borders. They are small moments where you tell the world that you are here, right now, in this physical body. They are moments where you remind yourself that you are a living being, not a data point for a giant system. When you start to notice the tiny details of the physical world, the screen starts to look thin and fake. The digital world has no smell. It has no texture or true, organic depth. It has no history and no soul of its own. It is a shadow of life, not life itself. Your brain is designed to find joy in the way light hits an old brick wall in the late afternoon. It is designed to love the sound of the wind in the trees or the feeling of cold, fresh water on your face. But we have tuned our ears to hear only the pings and the notifications of the machine. Ray-minus learning how to see the beauty in a single leaf is a revolutionary act of defiance. It reminds your body that you are alive in a world that is deep and mysterious and full of life. When reality becomes interesting again, the feed naturally becomes boring. The more you notice the real, the less you need the virtual world to feel something. You begin to realize that the digital world is a simulation of a life you are already supposed to be living. The most dangerous times of your day are the transitions between one moment and the next. These are the moments when you move from sleep to wake of snooze and the quiet of the morning, or the moments when you move from the stress of work to the silence of your home. These are the gaps where the screen waits like a hungry predator to swallow you whole. Without a ritual to mark these moments, your day becomes one long, blurry mess of noise. You need to build a fence around your morning hours. The first hour of your day is a sacred window. Your mind is still soft and open, drifting between your dreams and the waking world. When you open your phone immediately, you are letting the chaos of the entire world rush in. You are letting strangers scream their problems and their anger at you before you have even found your own breath. You are starting your day as a victim of everyone else's noise. Instead, try a simple ritual that signals to your body that this day belongs to you and no one else. It doesn't have to be long or complicated or difficult. It can be 2 minutes of looking out the window at the shifting morning sky. Watch the clouds move. Notice the colors of the dawn. Listen to the very first birds of the day. It can be the act of making your bed with total, quiet intention and care. Feel the fabric of the sheets and the weight of the heavy blanket. Observe the way you smooth out the wrinkles with your own hands. By doing this, you are creating a margin of peace. You are telling the world that you belong to yourself before you belong to the internet. The same applies to the quiet, dark hours of the night. Replace the harsh, aggressive blue light with a warm, soft glow from a lamp or a single candle. Let the shadows grow long and soft in the room. Tell your brain that the day is over and it is finally safe to rest in the silence. Where there is form and structure, there is a different kind of freedom. We have become experts at skimming the surface of everything. We know a little bit about 1,000 things, but we know nothing deeply anymore. This constant jumping from one thought to another has broken our ability to focus on what matters. We are like animals trapped in a cage of constant, meaningless stimulation. And because we can't stay on one thing long enough to enjoy it, we feel a constant, itching restlessness. To heal, you must learn how to sink deep into a single task again. Choose one thing every day and do it with your whole heart and your whole mind. It could be cooking a meal from scratch, feeling every vegetable and smelling every single spice. Listen to the sound of the knife against the wood, the sizzle of the hot pan. It could be fixing something that is broken or writing a long letter by hand on paper. The goal is to reach that moment where time seems to stop moving entirely. A moment where you forget about your notifications and you forget about the world's noise. You are simply there, in the work, in the movement, in the breath. This kind of deep connection is a miracle in the modern world. It is a feeling that no short video can ever give you, no matter how many you watch. It is the feeling of being whole. It is the feeling of being enough exactly as you are, without any likes or followers. The more you practice this, the more your mind will start to reject the shallow noise. You will start to desire depth in your life again. You will crave the slow, the steady, and the real. And once you have tasted true depth, the surface will never satisfy you again. Look around the room you are in right now. How much of it is made of plastic, glass, and cold industrial metal? How much of it is actually alive or carries a real story? We have surrounded ourselves with objects that don't have a soul or a history. We live in boxes filled with artificial things that don't talk back to our senses. Bring the natural world back into your space. A plant that grows slowly over weeks is a reminder that real life takes time and patience. It doesn't happen in a 15-second clip or a quick scroll through a feed. It requires care, and water, and sunlight, and attention. A physical book that you can touch and smell is a solid anchor in a liquid world. Notice the grain of the paper and the smell of the ink. Go outside and let the wind hit your face without wearing your headphones for once. Let the silence of the trees fill your ears instead of a podcast or loud music. The natural world is unpredictable and honest. It doesn't have an algorithm or a plan for your attention. It doesn't want anything from you. It doesn't care about your clicks, your likes, or your engagement. It just exists, and it invites you to exist along with it. The more you spend time in nature, the more your nervous system will settle down. The static in your brain will start to clear like fog in the sun. You will find that your urge to check your phone starts to die out on its own. It happens not because of discipline, but because of a deep inner peace that you have found. The real world is loud in its beauty, and it is calling you back home. You are more than a processor for digital data. You are more than a consumer for targeted ads and endless content. You are a human being with senses that are meant to be used and felt every day. The fight against the screen is not a war you win with a shield of willpower. It is a journey you take by building a life that is too rich and too dense to be ignored. Think about the physical weight of your own hands. Think about the steady sound of your own heart. These are things no screen can ever give you. Start small today. Choose one simple thing to do with total, quiet presence. Look at the sky for 2 minutes and notice the subtle, changing shapes of the clouds. Listen to the sounds of your house when everything else is quiet. Feel the air moving through the room. Observe the way the light changes as the sun moves across the floor. Remind yourself that you are here in the real world, and it is beautiful. The feed will always be there, waiting to pull you back in. It is designed to never end. But your life is happening right BGIO, and it won't wait for you to finish scrolling. It is time to come back to reality. The world is waiting for you to finally notice it. Don't keep it waiting any longer. If this message touched a part of you that has been sleeping, do one thing for me. Turn off the screen right BGIO. Go to your window, take a deep breath, and look at the world. Feel the air on your skin. Notice the light in the room. Listen to the silence. Welcome home. I will see you in the real world.